Sometimes you just gotta enjoy life, man. You just gotta live in the moment. Sometimes I know life can get hard, but sometimes you just have to appreciate the position that you're in now. Because honestly, you never know where you could be. And, life is beautiful, man. So, if you really just don't take the time to realize that and really just appreciate what you have in life, you may never see. You may miss it. You may never know what it was that you actually had until you lose it. So, always make sure to be grateful for what you have. I think we're always so focused on where we are now that we never really look at what's going on in the present as well. And what I mean by this is, I feel like we just stress so much about what's coming in the future and our future plans, and we always look forward to this thing happening, or we're stressing about these things happening that's coming up in our life, that we just never take the time to realize where we are now, who you are as a person, and what you have going on in life now. You know? I mean, the life that you live, you only get one chance at it. You might as well appreciate every second of it that you have. I know there's going to be challenges along the way, and in times it's probably going to get hard and it's going to be rough. But, you got to enjoy where you are too, man. You have to appreciate the positions that you're in now before before those doors open and you get those opportunities to then have more opportunities to things happening that you get to appreciate later on in life. What I like to say is, whatever you give, you get in return. If you live now hating everything and not being positive about things and always just being negative all the time, most likely the things that come in your life aren't going to be positive. If you look at everything positively and you just enjoy the present and where you are now in life and just what you have going on, then eventually things will get good. Life will be better, and you'll be able to appreciate more things that you have coming towards you in life. So, I always think it's just so good to appreciate where you are in life now and just be appreciative of what you have, because it can all be taken away. Everything you have, it's not all permanent. Anything can be taken away from you, and the next day can be a completely different day. You never know what can happen the day after. And something that I heard that I actually wanted to share was, I think who was it? It might have been Michael Beasley, basketball player. You guys probably might know who he is, but he started talking about just like his life and philosophy and things like that. And something he said is, most people don't want to wake up the next day because they're scared of the things coming the next day. And that really stuck with me, or I think it went something like that, because nowadays so many people are also afraid of what's to come in the future that it experiences their way of how they think and how they live in the present as well. They think so much of what's going to come tomorrow that they're scared to even go to sleep to live the day that they might have to live tomorrow. And I think that is it's a sad reality of things sometimes, because life is something that is meant to be appreciated and loved, and you're supposed to enjoy, not something that you have to fear every day constantly. And I honestly just think that more people should just be appreciative of the life that they live now and the moments that they have, because you never know what can happen. You never know. Nobody can tell the future. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Nobody knows what's going to happen next week. Just like the weathermen, they can't always predict the future. We don't always know what's going to happen. Things change, things happen, and things don't always go as planned as we thought they would. Just like the sun right now is not working for my lighting at all, but we're making it work somehow. See? But, life is something that is truly great, should truly be appreciated, and something that you shouldn't be constantly fearing for the next day or what's to come in the future. And that's what comes with anxiety. I used to always suffer from anxiety because, if you didn't know, anxiety is suffering from future events. Anxiety is something that develops over having future events that you're scared of, or things that you don't look forward to coming up, kind of. And I used to always be worrying so much about what's to come in the future and stuff that I never actually got to just breathe, relax, and live in the present as well as it is, and then eventually let those things happen. And then eventually, most of the time, you're worrying about nothing because it doesn't even plan out how you think it is in your head. Because with anxiety, you always plan for the worst in your head. You always think of the worst things. You're just never able to really understand what's coming, and you just think of the worst all the time. And most of the time, it never even happens. Most of the time, those things that you're so worried about turn out to be good, or just completely changes and isn't nothing like you expected at all. So I really do think that constantly worrying about the future and just not living in the present really develops anxiety, as well as just things in general, and just always not being able to live in the moment and suffer all the time. So I really do think that you just need to relax, breathe in, live every second you have in your life, be grateful for what you have, live in the moment, and once those things happen, they happen. Most of the time, it's not even going to go as you planned. So just let it happen, and just be happy and thankful for the life that you live now. Be thankful for the challenges that you've gone through. Be thankful for the challenges that might be coming up. Be thankful for what you have going on right now in your life that might be stressful or hard, or just, even if it's good, just be thankful for it all. Because most likely those things you're not going to go through those again. Everything changes in life as you get older, and everything changes in the future as well. So just always be thankful for where you are now, and just live in the moment, man. Because you never know what could happen. So, yeah.